But what are the other driving forces that are kind of driving companies to use cloud and online services in the media industry?
I would say the choice now. So, we all know cloud's been around for over a decade. Amazon were the first to market and have absolutely, grown to be the market leader. But now there's a huge amount of other niche companies. All the big companies like Google, Amazon, Azure, IBM are all getting into the market and providing very specialist elements. And because media companies are all very different, every single company we speak to asks for something slightly nuanced. So one company might just want to do backup and disaster recovery, another might want to do streaming, or another might want to do Adobe editing in the cloud. And depending on what they need, we can kind of pick and choose the right parts. So yeah, I would say it's really about choice. That's a big driver. It's also around companies' rents and costs of running premises going up. So for example, in Soho, I used to have a post house in Soho, and before I left that business and it was taken over, our rent doubled every year and our business rates doubled every year, and it was just unsustainable. So we've kind of got first-hand experience of why you'd want to move to a full online model. And we're hearing that message come back more frequently now in meetings. I had a meeting yesterday with a firm in New York, and the CTO said, I just want to get all of the kit out of the building. He just wants to have 0 clients and an internet pipe and all of the stuff on base. And that's really becoming quite fashionable now.
Yeah. I think as well, when we moved from tape to file, it very quickly started shifting from broadcast engineering kit that was bespoke for broadcast into kind of commercial off-the-shelf IT hardware. And I think the last phase of that has been the shift from SDI, video transmission, through to IP. So now it's very much an IT problem. It's still solving broadcast problems, but the solution is an IT solution. And that means then you've got to retrain your existing broadcast engineers to have an understanding of how to make the most of IT hardware. And actually a lot of these digital first companies have a very limited on-site IT staff base, and they're normally like focused on desktop support, not necessarily like NAS management or server management and evaluating all these tools and solutions and deployment. So by kind of moving over to the cloud, you can take advantage of the fact that all of those IT problems, or most of them, up to the point of the platform at least, is taken care of for you.
Yeah.
So you can actually work with a much less technical and much smaller team on premise. And then if you take a managed service with us, everything beyond that, so the solution selection, deployment and configuration for your workflow is also then taken care of. So then your business can just focus on what it's good at, which would be in the media industries, the production. So you can have excellent creative staff that are great at producing the videos, but they don't have to know anything about IT. Whereas if you split your costs and you have half of people in your IT stack and half people in productions, I'm not necessarily mean you get half the quality of production, but you should really focus on what you're good at and kind of lean on us to give you the best IT that's going to enable you to deliver those in like a quick and easy and cost-effective way.
Sure.
So the other two main reasons why people are moving to the cloud, security, huge thing. So we were a founding member of the Digital Production Partnership committed to the security program a couple of years ago, along with Box and Amazon and some other really huge companies. And our belief is that if you put your media into the cloud and you build it in the correct way and you add on things like multi-factor authentication and fingerprint access to your data, then it's super, super locked down. Whereas we have companies that we know who literally have their most important media libraries on hard drives in the cupboard in the office, one copy.
Yeah.
And there's horror stories all over the industry of people who've had fires or floods or thefts or whatever, or drives just stop spinning, and it's pervasive right across all of the media companies, big and small. So we really firmly believe that security is a big driver. The other thing is that the whole industry is moving towards video streaming. So we've all seen the rise of Netflix, Amazon Prime, Apple just announced their new TV channel. So our industry, which used to be traditional linear broadcast, is now all about video online. And if you're delivering video for the consumer online, it makes sense that all of the bits of the workflow back to that delivery point are cloud side. So for us, it would be, someone's watching the movie on the screen at home and it's streaming over their internet. Prior to that, it would have been quality checked and mastered in the cloud. Prior to that, it would have been edited in the cloud. And prior to that, it would have been ingested and stored in the cloud. So, we're really building services that are relevant to the modern online video marketplace.